Hello everyone, welcome along to another video here on the channel. My name is Ash, you'll know me as Brommer18. Today we're continuing our build up to FIFA 23. The reveal trailer has just come out and with it a whole host of announcements. Lots of stuff we've covered so far. Go and check out any of my recent videos talking about them. We've spoken about career mode and there's a lot more to come as well. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I upload. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, the link to that is down below, where you can get access to a range of fantastic perks as well. In this video today, I want to talk about one of the absolute biggest features that I think we can say coming to FIFA 23 and FIFA as a whole, and that is crossplay. The ability to play against other players across multiple different platforms. Now, it's something that we've seen already in the kind of football genre with Konami's eFootball introduction, and now it's fair to say that obviously EA probably looked at that and, you know, really decided that it's time they kind of join the ranks as well. Now, I did a video recently, you can go and check that one out if you haven't done so already, where I spoke about how I felt that it was pretty much nailed on that we were going to get crossplay for FIFA 23. And this was because they did a test on it. They rolled it out and kind of did a kind of alpha beta test within FIFA 22, just sort of testing the waters, and it was fair to say at that point that, you know, it was coming. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys through, we're going to go through the pitch notes. They've done a big press release on it, and we're going to talk about kind of what it involves, what it means, can you play across generations, stuff like that. But also there's one big negative, even though all in all this is a massive positive and something that I want to be enthusiastic about, there is also one big negative, and we're going to talk about that very, very shortly. So first things first, what does crossplay entail? Obviously, as I said, it's the ability to play across different platforms, but there will be the nagging question, and that's what I'm going to answer now, is can you play across generations? Can PS4 and Xbox One players go against, you know, Xbox Series X, PS5 players, etc.? Well, if we have a look down here, as it turns out, no, they can't. You cannot play across different generations. Only PS4 and Xbox One players will be able to play with each other. And for the kind of current gen or next gen version of consoles, whichever you prefer, it's going to be PS5, Xbox Series X and S. But also we've got support for PC and also Google Stadia. So they're kind of still in that, you know, pushing that Stadia out. They're not giving up on it yet. One thing to mention here that some of you will kind of notice, for any Switch players, Nintendo Switch doesn't support it, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But again, it's a different version. You know, it's running on a different game engine on the Nintendo Switch because of obviously the nature of the console with it being a handheld. So as a result, that is more difficult to implement, so I completely understand that. So as a result, you won't be able to play cross-platform if you are on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this doesn't also just account for being able to play games against each other. This also accounts for the transfer market. For any of you who do play Ultimate Team, I personally don't, we usually don't mention it, the transfer market will also be cross-platform. As you can see here, it's going to be a shared transfer market between PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and also Stadia. So even though PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players can't play with the current generation in terms of games, they can at least share a transfer market. The one thing where there isn't going to be shared transfer markets on Ultimate Team is for PC and Switch. Obviously, again, there's differences in terms of the rewards that they get. Things have had an issue with hackers and stuff on PC as well, so they're obviously trying to kind of address that by separating that, and once they find an issue or a method in terms to address that issue, then they'll probably merge it up, but until then it won't be shared. So all in all, that's a massive step forward, something that's really, really positive. Good to see that they're kind of supporting this cross-generation or cross-platform kind of play. I understand why they can't do cross-generation. Very, very tough. Obviously, they're running kind of different engines. A lot of features that are in the next gen aren't in the past gen, and so on and so forth. So I completely get that one. But the one issue that I've kind of raised with this that is really disappointing me amongst this, you know, really positive kind of feature and announcement is Pro Clubs. Now, whilst I don't play Ultimate Team, I do play Pro Clubs. That's probably my second most played mode after career mode. And unfortunately, crossplay will not be coming to Pro Clubs this year. Really disappointing. I know a lot of people, when the rumours were kind of surrounding us in the last month or so, a lot of people were saying that, you know, this is a disappointment. Why have they not introduced cross-platform to pro clubs? And I'd say I completely agree. You know, it needs it. It really needs it. It needs a new league campaign. It needs these kind of introductions. That would be absolutely monumental for that game mode, and they haven't done it. Now, I'm struggling to find reasons why. They did leave a small paragraph here saying we want to ensure our product's innovation is delivered at quality, and because of the technical intricacies of implementing crossplay, modes that pair players together such as pro clubs will not feature crossplay at this time. We see our community's feedback, and any potential crossplay updates, changes and adjustments will be shared on EA FIFA Direct as they become available. So that doesn't really tell you much. Is there an issue in terms of, you know, with more players in the game at once? Obviously in pro clubs you've got multiple people, multiple connections on each team paired against each other. Is that an issue for crossplay? You know, it would be nice if they explain that a little bit more, because at the moment they haven't really given any reasoning as to why it isn't in the game, why they haven't introduced it to pro clubs. You know, the fact that it's just on Ultimate Team, it gives people the kind of grounding and the platform to say, you know, you're only introducing it to the modes that make you money through microtransactions. So as a result, that is an issue for me. A little bit, you know, I am disappointed, really disappointed. I would have just liked, if, you know, if it's a technical issue, no problem at all, and they need more time to do it, that's absolutely fine. But I'd like them to kind of explain that, you know, and be kind of upfront and transparent about it. So that's the one thing that's really disappointed me, amongst, I have to say, and I have to admit, you know, a very positive change, something that we can really get behind. And thankfully, unlike Konami, they haven't merged it with mobile as well, because that would be just an absolute train wreck. So what do you guys think overall? Do let me know in the comment section down below. Are you pleased with this change? What do you think about the fact that it's on Ultimate Team but not pro clubs? Do you think that maybe it is a kind of technical issue, which is why they haven't kind of introduced this to pro clubs as well? And could we see this with an online career mode in the future, something that we are really kind of praying for? Do let me know in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. On top of that, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and ring the bell so you get notifications every time I upload a video. Lots of great FIFA 23 content coming your way, and as well as that, leave a like on the video and give me a follow on Twitter. The link to that is also down below, as is the link to my Patreon, where you can get access to a range of fantastic perks that I think you guys will really enjoy. On that note, we're going to round the video off there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.